Good morning, children. This is lecture 3 of solid state chemistry. Before this, I have uploaded 2 videos of solid state chemistry, lesson 1 and lesson 2. I hope you all have seen the videos and it is clear to you. Today, in this video, I am going to talk about three-dimensional packing system. The topics covered in the last 2 lessons, that is lesson 1, we have done basics of solid state chemistry, types of solids, unit cell and cell parameters, 4 different unit cells, number of atoms per unit cell, etc. And in lesson 2, we have covered packing fraction or packing efficiency, density of unit cell, coordination number, close packing in 1 and 2 dimensions, and coordination number of simple cubic system, face-centered cubic system, and body-centered cubic system. I told you that in this lecture, I will cover three-dimensional close packing system. This 3D close packing concept will be developed by beginning with close packing in 2 dimensions. Close packing in 2 dimensions was taught in detail in the previous lesson. However, for the sake of continuity, it will be briefly mentioned here as well. Now, this may also be considered as the recapitulations of close packing in 2 dimensions that taught in lecture 2 of this topic. Now, children, I want to tell you something here, that is 3-dimensional close packing system is little complicated and is very much conceptual. So, please give your full concentration while studying this 3D close packing. Now, let me start with close packing in 2 dimensions. As you have seen that we are having 2 types of close packing in 2 dimensions. One is square close packing, where coordination number is 4 and packing efficiency is 52.4%. And the second one is hexagonal close packing, where coordination number is 6 and packing efficiency is 60.4%. Now, children, if required, before seeing this slide, go back to lecture 2, and once you see the 2 types of close packing in 2 dimensions, then again you come back in this slide. Now, the first one, that is square close packing, where coordination number is 4, in that type of packing, what actually happened? The second row may be placed in contact with the first row such that the sphere of the second row are exactly above those of the first row. The spheres of the 2 rows are aligned horizontally as well as vertically. I think you remembered that. In that, the central atom is attached with 4 neighboring atoms, and that is why its coordination number is 4. In hexagonal close packing, the second row may be placed above the first one in a staggered manner, such that its spheres fit in the depression of the first row, where the central atom touched by 6 neighboring atoms. And that is why its coordination number is 6. So the first one, that is square close packing, where coordination number is 4, and hexagonal close packing where coordination number is 6, you can understand that the second one, that is hexagonal close packing, is more efficient than the square close packing in 2 dimensions. Now close packing in 3 dimensions. Now beginning with close packing in 2 dimension as the starting block, there may be 2 types of close packing in 3 dimension. One is said hexagonal close packing, that is HCP, and the other one is cubic close packing, that is CCP. From the next slide, I will tell you how we can reach to 3-dimensional packing from 2-dimensional packing system. Children, I just want to tell you that if we are calculating the packing, there must be a boundary. Inside that boundary only, we will calculate the packing or packing fraction or the void, whatever it may be. Suppose you are increasing the boundary. You keep on increasing the boundary, and at the end you will reach to the universe. So there is everything is void. That means what? If you want to calculate the packing, if you want to know the packing, if you want to know the void, if you want to know the packing fraction, there must be a boundary associated with that. Okay. Now come to the slide, that is 3D cubic close packing from 2D square close packing. Just let me tell you one thing, that in lecture 2, I told you about the square close packing, but I have shown there the packing in this way. Just look at what I am just drawing like this. I have shown you in this way. Okay, now I told you that this is the first row, this is second row, this is third row, and this is fourth row. Now this is a vertical arrangement of the particles in 2 dimensions. How? This is your x-axis and this is your y-axis. So 2 dimensions are there, and this is an arrangement of vertically arrangement of the particles. Now suppose you want to make it horizontally. You take a box and then you want to place some sweets in that box. I ask you to fill the box with the sweets in one layer. You can do that. What you will do? You will place one row of sweets. Then again you will place another row of sweets. Like that you will fill the box. Just one layer. Just one layer. The same thing will happen if we will make this arrangement, vertical arrangement, you just keep it horizontally. Now this type of arrangement will come. See that? This type of arrangement will come. Here I am having 2 dimensions, x and y. 2 dimensions are there. So this is known as, if we'll put this full vertical arrangement, if we'll make it horizontal, then we will call this as layer, first layer. That is why it is said here, spheres of the second layer are placed exactly over the first layer. Now you are placing the sweets in a box in one layer. That is your first layer. Above that, you place another layer of sweets. Just place exactly the sweets over the first layer so that both the layers are perfectly aligned, touching each other horizontally as well as vertically. Similarly, you can put another layer of sweets. So this is your first layer of sweets. This is your second layer of sweets. This is your third layer of sweets. And this is your fourth layer of sweets. Come back to chemistry. These all are spheres or atoms or particles. Now, if you'll arrange in this way, then you are having x-axis as I told you. You are having y-axis as I told you. And you are having another axis, that is z-axis. So, it is now becoming a three-dimensional figure. Come to this figure. See that this is your one first layer, x-axis and y-axis. Similarly, you are putting another layer just above the first layer. Okay? If you are putting the atoms in this way, then what is happening? The voids of the second layer and the first layer voids are just aligned. The first layer aligned just above the voids of the second layer. These arrangements result in the formation of simple cubic lattice. Just join the centers of the atoms. This one, this one, this one, this one, all this. Join the centers of the atom. Another is in the back side because it is a three-dimensional figure. So you are getting a simple cubic lattice. Children, I told you that there are two types of two-dimensional close packing. One is square close packing, another is hexagonal close packing. In the last slide, I have shown you how the three-dimensional close packing is arising from two-dimensional square close packing. Now, in this slide, I will show you that how two types of 3D cubic packing, that is HCP and CCP, we are getting from two-dimensional hexagonal close packing, and which is very, very important. You must have remembered the hexagonal close packing in two dimensions. Just see this figure. This figure is a two-dimensional close packing, hexagonal close packing. In this figure, again the particles are arranged vertically. The rows are vertically arranged. This is the first row, and as I told you, the atoms of the second row are just sitting in the depression of the atoms of the first row. See that this atom of the second row is just placed in the depression of the two atoms in the first row. This atom is placed just in the depression of the atoms of these two. Similarly, the third row again placed in such a way that A and that this 3 and first and third is similar. Like that I told you, you may remember that it is an arrangement of A, B type. I told you that. So this is a two-dimensional hexagonal close packing. Now, as I told you in the last slide, it is a this arrangement is a vertical arrangement of the particles. Make it horizontal. Now you're filling the sweet packets with the sweet, but the first layer will be arranged in this way. So that will become your first layer. Above that, another layer, similar layer, will be placed in the sweet packet. Now you can fill the sweet packet by this type of arrangement of the sweets. That is why it is said when the second HCP layer, why it is said HCP? Because we know that this is hexagonal close packing in 2 dimension. This is hexagonal close packing in 2 dimension. So when the second HCP layer is placed on the first, the spheres of the second layer sits on the depression produced due to the touching of the 3 spheres in the first. I'm coming to this. What is actually happening? In the next slides, I will make it clear. But only this much you know in this slide, that this is different from stacking of the second layer of the first explained in the previous slide. Previous slide it was something different. Now here it is something different. The second layer also will be HCP. Third layer also will be HCP. That means this type of stacking. But how it will placed from above one another, second layer above the first layer, third layer above the second layer, that I will tell you. In the next slide, I will make it clear. So let me go to the next slide. This is the expanded view of the first 2 layers of hexagonal close packing. In this slide, 2 layers are shown by 2 different colors. The first layer is shown by light red color and the second layer is shown by dark red color. The first layer, as you can see, it is a hexagonal close packing layer. Now you can see that the first layer, the 3 spheres, suppose this one and this one. These 3, they are touching with each other and they created a void space. This one, whose vertex is in the downward direction. Similarly, when another 3 spheres, let us see this one, this one and this one. These 3 spheres of the first layer, when they touched each other, it is created a void space whose vertex is in the upward direction. So 2 types of void space created. One is in the downward direction, another is in the upward direction. We can call this type of void as trigonal void. This one and this one as a trigonal void. Now bring the second layer, that is also a hexagonal close packing layer. Bring it and put it just above the first layer in such a way that the spheres of the second layer is covering the void space created by the first layer, which is in the downward direction. So see that as this void space is in the downward direction, above that one sphere is placed. This one. This is from the second layer. See, this is another void space created by this sphere, and this sphere. Above that, one sphere is placed. See, this is another void space created by this sphere, and this sphere of the first layer. Above that, one sphere is placed. Okay. This type of void, now this is created a void. Three spheres in the first layer and one sphere from the second layer. This fourth sphere created a void, which is known as tetrahedral void. Tetrahedral void. Tetrahedral means there must be four spheres, four atoms. Three from one layer, first layer, and one just above that from the second layer. So here also this is created a tetrahedral void. Okay, here also created a tetrahedral void that is denoted by T. Three from the first layer and one from the second layer. When they are sitting in this way, then they are creating a void. This is tetrahedral void. And as I told you, another void is created here, which is trigonal void from the first layer. Three spheres of the first layer. This one, and this one. This one, and this one. Whose vertex is in the upward direction. You can see that from the second layer, when the second layer is placed, then three spheres from the second layer is placed above the three spheres of the first layer. See this one, this is one from the second layer, this is one from the second layer, and this is one from the second layer. That means what actually it is creating. See, these are the spheres from first layer, and from second layer these are the spheres. Okay, so you can see that this is the void created from the first layer and this is the void created from the second layer. So, with the two layers, here created a new void which is known as octahedral void. That is why it is denoted by O and this is denoted by T. It is a tetrahedral void, it is an octahedral void. Along with this, another void space is created by the second layer only. These, suppose, let me take these three. This one, and this one. These three spheres from the second layer. Only I am talking about the second layer. Now, this is a void space created only by the spheres from the second layer. This is a tetrahedral void space created. So that means when I am placing one layer above another layer, that means I am talking about only two layers of hexagonal close packing, we are getting three things. One is a tetrahedral void is created. 3 from the first layer and 1 from the second layer. This one. An octahedral void is created. 3 from the first layer and 3 from the second layer. This one. And a void space is created only by the 3 spheres of the second layer, that is this one. Let me explain these voids, how it is creating properly in the next slide. This tetrahedral void and octahedral void. Right? See this tetrahedral void. Tetrahedral void. See these 3 light blue. These 3 light blue. These are the 3 voids, this one, and this one from the first row, first layer. And this dark red, that is dark red, is a sphere from the second layer. This is the void space created here. It is shown by the arrow. This is tetrahedral void. Come to this figure. 3 spheres are shown. These are the first layer, the sphere from the first layer. Now the B is from the second layer. It is placed above this one like this. It is creating a tetrahedral void. Why it is known as tetrahedral void? Because tetrahedral void is formed when the 4 atoms, the center of the 4 atoms are joined together. It is giving you a tetrahedral figure. You all know about it. So this is 4 atoms, 3 from the first layer, 1 from the second layer. 1 is just above the 3 spheres from the first layer. So it is creating a tetrahedral void. I think it is now clear to you. Now, as I shown you the octahedral void, these 3, the light blue color, these 3 are from the first layer, 3 spheres. And this one, this dark red, 3 from the second layer, 3. As I told you, one is this, and this. Another is this, and this. It can be upward, it can be downward, whatever it may be. See this one? This is from the first layer, 3, and this is from the second layer, 3. When they are overlapping each other, then they are giving you an octahedral void like this. Octahedral void like this. Okay. How it is formed? By like this. The center of joining the center of 6 atoms or 6 spheres. So this is the concept of octahedral void and this is the concept of tetrahedral void. I think it is clear to you. So the concept of tetrahedral void, as I told you, whenever a sphere of the second layer is sit on the void of the first layer or vice versa, that means the void space created by the first layer, as I told you, the void space created from the first layer, this one, and this one. The void space created from the first layer, above that an atom from the second layer is placed, a tetrahedral void is formed. These are called tetrahedral voids because a tetrahedron is formed if the center of the 4 spheres are joined. As I told you, if you can join the center of the 4 spheres, you can get a tetrahedral void. because it is when you are joining the center of the 4 spheres, you are getting a tetrahedron. So it is known as tetrahedral void. Octahedral void, when the void of the second layer sits on the void of the first layer. As I told you, this is the from one layer and this is from another layer. If these two are sits one above another but not overlapping in a staggered manner, if these two layers are placed, then octahedral void is created. Such voids are surrounded by 6 spheres. I have already shown this to you, explained this to you in the previous slides. I told you about the placement of the 2 layers for 3-dimensional close packing. And I also told you about the void, that is tetrahedral void, octahedral void, and the void space created by the 3 spheres of the second layer. I think it is clear to you. Now I will show you the placement of the third layer above the second layer. This can be done by 2 ways. Let me first explain the first way and then I will tell you the second way. The first way is to place the third layer is that the void space that is created by the 3 spheres of the second layer, that is, let me take this one. Suppose this one I am taking. This is the void space created by the 3 spheres of the second layer. Now, if I can place the third layer, the sphere of the third layer in such a way that it is covering the void space created by the 3 spheres of the second layer, that means it is covering the void space of this space covering, then the layer, the pattern that the third layer will follow, it will be similar to that of the first one. You just see, here only I have to place. It will cover the void space created by the second layer. It will cover this one. So, if the first layer, if I am denoting it by A and the second layer by B, then the third layer again is coming as A type and the fourth layer again will come as B type. So it is a pattern following AB, 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 AB type. This type of packing is known as hexagonal close packing in 3 dimensions. Now for this, you can calculate the coordination number. What will be the coordination number of this type of, if the packing is HCP packing? Suppose you want to find out the coordination number of this sphere, this atom. This is also tetrahedral void. You want to find out the coordination number of this atom. Now you just see that in this atom is touched by 6 atoms from its own layer and 3 from its layer above it. So what are those? Let me first tell you. The light red are the sphere from the first layer. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 from its own layer and 3 from the second layer. These are dark circles, dark spheres. 7, 8 and 9. Okay. Now all the layers are similar layers. Only the arrangement is different. Okay, layers all are same because they are hexagonal close packing layers from 2 dimension. So below the first layer, which we are calling as first layer for our convenience, below that there is another B type of layer is there because it is AB type. So if you want to calculate the coordination number of the central atom, that means from its own layer it is covering 6, touching 6. Above it, it is 3. And below again, there is a B layer. So from there also 3. So 3 from the below, 6 from its own layer and 6 from its above layer. So it is total coming 12. So in this case, that is hexagonal close packing, the coordination number is 12. Second type of the placement of the third layer over the second layer is that the sphere of the third layer can be placed above the octahedral void created by the first and the second layer. Let me take this octahedral void. Now, the sphere of the third layer can be placed above this octahedral void. If the arrangement is like that, then the arrangement of the third layer will be totally different from first and the second layer. So the first layer arrangement is given by A, the second layer arrangement is given by B, and the third layer is totally different from the first and the second. Let us take it as C layer. The arrangement is given by C layer. Again, if we bring the fourth layer, it will be similar to that of the first one. And the fifth one will be similar to that of the second one. And the sixth one will be similar to that of the third one. So the arrangement is ABC, ABC, ABC type. This is the second way of placing the third layer over the second layer. And if the arrangement is this way, then that packing is known as cubic close packing in 3 dimensions. When the sphere of the third layer is covering the octahedral void created by the first and the second layer. Now here also the coordination number of the central atom can be calculated. For that, let me take the octahedral void, this one. Now this octahedral void is formed by 2 layers. For our convenience, let us take the layer, which one we are calling as the layer 1. Let us consider that layer as layer B, this one. And this layer, the second layer, for which one we were calling as second layer, let us call this layer as C. Now for this octahedral void, from layer B, there are 3 spheres, 1, 2 and 3. And from layer C, it will be another 3, that is 4, 5 and 6. Now, these are the layers. All the layers are same. We have started our figure, we have started our discussion with this layer, that is layer B. Now, below that B layer, there is another layer, that is the third layer, which we have given. The arrangement is this one. This layer is there below this B layer. That layer is totally different from that of B and C. So let it be A. And in that layer, the central atom is touched by 6 atoms. So it can be like this: B layer, above B there is a C layer, below B there is A layer, and again above C there is A layer, that is your C, B, A. Again below A there is C, again below C there is B, again there is A, like that A, B, C type. Now if I want to calculate the coordination number of central atom of this layer, so from this layer it will be 6, from this layer it will be 3, and from this layer it will be 3 again. So total 12. The coordination number is 12. That is this discussed, that will be clear to you in the following slides. See that placement of the third layer. The possibility 1, covering the tetrahedral void HCP. Each sphere of the third layer sits on the tetrahedral void of the second layer. As I told you, that is the depression created by the touching of the 3 spheres of the second layer. Okay. In such cases, that is the depression created by touching the 3 spheres of the second layer. In such cases, the third layer is exactly aligned to the first layer A, and the sequence of the layer is repeated as AB, 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 AB type. This arrangement is known as hexagonal close packed. Now see, this is layer A, 6 atoms, above that B, 3 atoms, again 6 atoms, again B, 3 atoms. So what is the coordination number? If I am taking the coordination number of this one, this is from its own layer, it is touching 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Below there is a B layer, so it is touching 3, and above 3. So it is coordination number is 12. Coordination number is 12. This is A, B type. Now the possibility 2, covering the third layer on the second layer in a manner so as to cover the octahedral void. In such cases, the third layer neither resembles A nor B. This may be called C type. And this sequence is ABC. That is repeated to produce a 3D crystal lattice. And the pattern may then be considered as ABC, ABC, ABC type. And this configuration is known as cubic close packed or face centered cubic structure. Now for the coordination number, as I told you, this is A layer, this is B layer, this is C layer. Now in our case, the figure that I was showing to you, this B layer is our layer 1. For our case, it is layer 1. As I told you, all the layers are same. So we can call it as layer 1. And the name here is given as B. And this is your second layer. For our case, this is the second layer. Now, from this first layer, there is 3 atoms. And from the second layer, there is 3 atoms. And these two are making an octahedral hole. And the third layer we are placing above the octahedral void. This is, in our case, this is third layer as we are calling. But we are denoting it as A. We are calling this layer as B, this layer as C, and this layer as A. So below B, there is A. So this is A, B, C type. Again A, then here it will be B and then C type. Okay, so I can take this 3 layer and suppose I want to find out the coordination number of this atom. So from its own layer, this is touching 6 atoms. Above that there is 3 atom, and above that there is 3 atom. Okay, now below this A, again there is another layer. Below A, there is another layer, that is C type. So if I want to know the coordination number of this one, from its own layer it is 6, from B layer it is 3, and from C layer again it will be 3. From C layer there will be 3 atom like this, here 1, here 1, here 1. So from C layer it will be again 3. So 3 plus 6, this is 6. 3 plus 6 plus 3, that is 12. Coordination number is 12. I think you have understood. For your better understanding, the comparison between HCP and CCP, just see this one. This is the AB type. The coordination number is 12. This is also ABC type. Coordination number is 12. The placement of the atom is like this, and the placement of the atom is like this. Layers. The placement of the layers are like this, and because of the placement of the layers, it is giving you HCP and CCP structure. Now for your better understanding, I have uploaded a video here in the next slide. Please don't miss the video. Very nice video I have got, and I have uploaded one. It will clear your, it will give you a clear idea, clear picture for the 3-dimensional close packing. And children, it is little complicated, so please concentrate for understanding the 3D close packing.
The 3-dimensional modes of packing can be easily understood by dividing the whole process into 3 steps. Close packing of spheres in 1 dimension. In 1-dimension close packing, there is just one way of arranging the spheres. Here, the spheres are arranged in a row touching one another. As a result, each sphere is in contact with 2 neighboring spheres. Thus, in 1-dimensional close packing, the coordination number is 2. Close packing of spheres in 2 dimension. Close packing structures in 2 dimension can be generated by stacking rows of 1-dimensionally closed packed spheres, one above the other. This can be done in 2 ways: square close packing and hexagonal close packing. Square close packing. In this type of packing, the second row of spheres is placed in contact with first row in such a way that the spheres of the second row are placed exactly above the spheres of first row. In such an arrangement, the spheres are aligned horizontally and vertically such that each sphere is in contact with 4 other spheres. So, the coordination number is 4. If we call the first row as A-type row, the second row being exactly same as the first row, so it is also called as A-type. If we keep on placing such similar rows one above the other, then such an arrangement is known as AAA type of arrangement or square packing. Hexagonal close packing. In this type of packing of spheres, the second row of spheres is placed in a staggered manner such that the spheres fit in the depressions of the first row. If we call the first row as A type, then as the second row is different from the first row, it can be called as B type. Now, if we place a third row above the second row in the similar manner, we will observe that the third row spheres are aligned with those of first layer, and each sphere is in contact with 6 other spheres. So, the coordination number is 6. Similarly, on placing the fourth layer, we will observe that the fourth row of spheres are aligned with those of second layer. Hence, this type of arrangement is known as ABAB type of arrangement or hexagonal close packing. If we compare square close packing with hexagonal close packing, we will observe that empty spaces are less in hexagonal close packing than compared to square close packing. Now, what are these empty spaces and what role do they play in packing efficiency? The empty spaces in between the spheres are known as voids. These voids are responsible for decrease in packing efficiency of the solid crystal. More the number of voids, less is the packing efficiency of the crystal. Now, you must be wondering what is meant by packing efficiency. We have discussed about this in later part of the section. Now let us study about close packing in 3 dimension. 3-dimensional close packing from 2-dimensional square close packed layers. This type of packing is obtained by placing 2-dimensional square closed packed layer above the first one, such that the spheres of the second layer are exactly above the spheres of the first layer. In this arrangement, the spheres of both the layers are perfectly aligned horizontally and vertically. On arranging layers one after the other in this pattern, we will observe that each sphere is in contact with 6 other spheres. 4 from the same layer, 1 from the layer above, and 1 from the layer below that sphere. So, the coordination number is 6. If we call the first layer as A type, and since all the layers are also of the same type, this kind of arrangement is known as AAA type of arrangement. On observing carefully, we will find that this arrangement has generated a simple cubic lattice and its unit cell is primitive cubic unit cell. Dimensional close packing from 2-dimensional hexagonal closed pack layers. The 3-dimensional hexagonal closed pack structure can be obtained by placing 2-dimensional hexagonal structures one layer above the other. Placing second layer over the first layer. Let us take a 2-dimensional hexagonal closed packed layer A. Notice this layer has triangular voids. Place a similar closed packed layer in such a way that the spheres of the second layer are placed in depressions of the first layer. As the spheres of the second layer are aligned differently as compared to the first layer, so let us call this layer as B type. On observing, we will notice that not all the triangular voids of the first layer are covered by the spheres of the second layer. This gives rise to a different arrangement and different voids. Voids. There are two types of voids: tetrahedron voids, denoted by T, octahedron voids, denoted by O. Let us study how these voids are formed. When we place a closed packed layer above the depressions of the first layer, we will notice that at some places the triangular voids of the first layer are being covered by the spheres of second layer. At such places, a type of void is formed. This type of void is known as tetrahedral void, T, since a tetrahedron is formed by joining the centers of the four surrounding spheres. While at other places, we will notice that the triangular voids of the first layer coincides with the triangular voids of the second layer, such that their triangular shapes do not overlap. At such places, another type of void is formed. This type of void is known as octahedral void, O, since an octahedron is formed by joining the centers of the six surrounding spheres. Now, in case we need to calculate the number of tetrahedral and octahedral voids in a crystal structure, then just knowing the number of spheres will serve the purpose. Suppose there are n spheres in the crystal structure, then the number of octahedral voids generated is equal to n. The number of tetrahedral voids generated is equal to 2n. Placing third layer over second layer. Now let us place third layer over second layer. Stacking of third layer over second layer can be done in two ways. First, by covering tetrahedral voids. Second, by covering octahedral voids. By covering tetrahedral voids. The tetrahedral voids of the second layer can be covered by placing the spheres of the third layer over them. On doing so, the spheres of the third layer will get exactly aligned with the spheres of the first layer. So, if we can call the first layer as A type and the second layer as B type, then the third layer will also be A type. As the pattern of spheres is repeated alternately in other layers, so this pattern is known as AB-AB pattern, and the structure formed is known as hexagonal close packed HCP structure. In this type of structure, each sphere is in contact with 12 other spheres, 6 from the same layer, 3 from the bottom layer, and 3 from the top layer. So the coordination number is 12. Covering octahedral voids. The octahedral voids of the second layer can be covered by placing the spheres of the third layer over them. On doing so, the spheres of the third layer are not aligned with the spheres of either first layer or second layer. So, if we call the first layer as A type and the second layer as B type, then this third layer will be C type. Now, if we place the fourth layer over the octahedral voids of the third layer, then the sphere gets aligned with the spheres of the first layer. Thus, this pattern is known as ABC type, and the structure formed is known as cubic close-packed CCP or face-centered cubic FCC structure. In this type of structure, each sphere is in contact with 12 other spheres, 6 from the same layer, 3 from the bottom layer, and 3 from the top layer. So, the coordination number is 12.